Good afternoon, dear boys and girls. I hope you are all fine, and I believe that the online classes are very useful to you all. This week we are going to study poem from 5th unit, The River, written by Caroline Ann Bowles. Let's see about the poet. Caroline Ann Bowles, 1786 to 1854, was an English poet and the wife of Robert Southey, the poet laureate of Britain. Laureate means a famous. She was a poet of great merit and produced some of the best work at the threshold of the Victorian era. She wrote various other works including The Little Lady Bird, Chapter on Churchyard, and Tales of the Factories. Let's read the first stanza and understand the poem. Let's read the first stanza. River, river, little river, bright you sparkle on your way. O little river, you sparkle brightly on your way. Sparkling. You sparkle on your way. Bright. Over the yellow bubbles dancing. When the water runs in the river, it runs on its way like a bright, you sparkle, it's sparkling. And also it was dancing over the yellow bubbles dancing. Through the flowers and foliage up glancing, that means branches of tree, like a child at play. The meaning of the poem: O little river, you sparkle brightly on your way. You go dancing over the yellow bubbles. You glance through the flowers and leaves of a trees, dancing all the while like a child at play, like a child who plays hide and seek. In the first stanza, when the water runs on its way, it sparkles, bright sparkles, and also over the yellow bubbles dancing, and through the flowers, both side, the river bank side, there will be like a natural scenery, nature. So flowers and foliage means all through the leaves and branches of the trees. So it's like a child at play. This is what they are saying. Then the second stanza. River, river, swelling river. Swelling means it's become a big river. It's growing very big. On you rush through rough and smooth, louder, faster, brawling, leaping over rocks by rose banks, sweeping like an impetuous youth. In the first stanza, the poet Caroline Ann Bowles compares the rivers into a child. So in the second stanza, she compares the river into youth. So how youth will work faster, louder, and brawling, leaping. That's what she is telling. The meaning of the stanza is, oh, you rising river. Rising means it's growing bigger. On you rush through rough place and smooth places. The water runs in the rough places and also smooth places. You are brawling and leaping, jumping and going. You go by rough rocks and banks where roses grow. In the river bank, the roses, the flowers are growing there. Now you are like a reckless youth. That means energy, acting, working actively. That's what you are saying. So in this poem, the poet compares the second stanza, the river, into youth. Let's read the third stanza and understand. River, river, brimming river, broad and deep and still as time. Here it says that, O river, which is full, now you are broad and deep and motionless as time, and still as time. You are broad and deep, but seeming still, but you are just seeming still. That means for our eyes, you are like motionless, yet still in motion, but you are in a motion only. You are not in motionless. Tending onward to the ocean, you are marching onwards to the oceans. You are going, you are running, just like a mortal prime. Just a person who fulfills his goals, like you are also marching onwards to the ocean, just like a mortal prime. The explanation of the poem. O river, which is full now, you are broad and deep. You are so broad and you are so deep and motionless as time. Though you seem motionless, you are moving towards the ocean. Now you are like a man in his prime. That means how a man achieves his goal. That's how you are marching onwards to the ocean. That's what he is saying. So here the author compares like a man in his prime, a person how he achieves his goal, like that the river is marching onwards to the oceans. Let's read the fourth stanza. River, river, headlong river. Headlong means first the head goes, then the rest of the body goes. Down you rush into the sea. See that line hath never sounded. See that sail hath never rounded like eternity. The meaning of the stanza is, O river, you move quickly down into the sea. You are moving so quickly down into the sea. That sea's depth has never been measured. That is what sea that line hath never sounded. That means sea depth is never been measured. And also see that sail hath never rounded means none has gone by ship completely around the sea, which can be compared to the eternity. Last stage of the poem, 4 stages of life are compared with the 4 stages in the courses of the river. Dear students, the poet Caroline Ann Bowles compares the flow of river with the different stages of human life. She compares the river to an innocent child at play, and then to a reckless youth who goes through rough and smooth patches of life, to a hard working man who is at a prime phase of his life, to a matured man. The last stage is like a matured man who silently marches towards the goal, and to a human life which ultimately attains eternity. Dear students, read the poem carefully and try to understand and study the appreciation questions and paragraph questions and prepare well for the examinations. Thank you.